Hi guys, welcome back to Gardening with Creations by DX & Co. Today we are out in the garden. As you can see from the jacket, it is a chilly fall day, and I wanted to discuss how you can prepare your raised beds for winter. It's not a widely talked about topic, so let's get started and discuss it. So the absolute first thing you do when you're preparing your raised beds for winter is to take out all of the plant life that's already in there. Funny enough, they actually say the earlier the better to take it out. So you can see here, I still got a bunch of dill growing in mine that needs to come out. This was volunteer dill and it just needs to come out. Now, the reason they say to take it all out is because they believe that rotting will actually create an area for pests and things to nest and lay eggs and feed on through the winter. Therefore, you can cause issues in your bed in the next year. Another reason you want to take your plants out is you can see already with this dill here, it is flowering and starting to drop seeds. So again, you'll have a lot of volunteer and weeds, and thereby you will end up having to weed more. Now, actually removing the plants, in my opinion, is a very controversial issue. What they mean by removing the plants is actually taking it down all the way to the root. So again, to not create an area for pests and things to thrive on through the winter or nest in. I actually believe that a no-till garden does benefit. So just trimming it off at the root and leaving the roots in the soil to decompose. Now, you take that for what you will and decide what's best for you in your garden. So now that you've got your beds cleaned out, the next thing you want to do is actually start dressing your bed. And what that means is actually adding a layer to it to protect it. Now, winters in certain climates, like where I'm in zone 6A, they can be very harsh on raised beds. Harsh winds in the winter can blow the dirt off of your bed. They can blow the nutrients away. You can have some hard, compacted soils. So one of the recommendations is what's called a cover crop. Some examples of cover crops you can look up online would be like a wheat that you can grow, or rye, oats, things like that that you can grow year-round, garlic. So these are things that you would keep in your bed throughout the growing season, keep your soil loose and broken up, and it would also provide cover from those harsh winter elements. Put compost back into it. And you're thinking, well, wouldn't I do that in the spring? No, actually the best time to do it in the fall, right before the winter hits. So put a layer of compost. As you may have noticed that throughout the summer, your bed actually starts to sink down from all those good nutrients breaking down your wood chips, your logs, anything that's in there. So you actually want to refeed or reintroduce those nutrients back into the soil. One of the ways to do that is to add a fresh layer of compost on top, so that way it has time to leach into the soil throughout the winter months. Wood chips, as you see here, wood chips are a great source of nutrients. They do break down. They also protect the bed and that soil from blowing away in those harsh winter climates, helping the ground to stay warmer and not get as compacted. Now, nothing is perfect, of course. Top it with full leaves, not broken down or shredded leaves, but actual full leaves. So in the fall here, most of us have exactly this, a tree that is just letting off all of that beautiful leaf debris. That leaf debris makes fantastic organic material to top these beds with. So it is the ideal situation to actually top these beds during the winter with leaves. What you would then do is in the spring, you'd take those leaves back all up, shred them, and add them back to your soil, mix them in, and they make a fantastic fertilizer to help kickstart that spring time. So again, it protects that bed. Straw. Straw makes a fantastic cover for your raised beds. Straw, hay, this is also a fantastic source of nutrients to break down over the winter and help protect your beds. Make sure that you know where it came from. You want to see that it hasn't been sprayed with chemicals, things like that. Making sure that you understand if you have an organic variety. Unfortunately, it is difficult unless you know the source that it's coming from. These in particular were purchased at a box store, so they are not necessarily what you would call trustworthy to be organic. Thank you guys for watching. Those are just some quick tips on how you can prepare your raised bed for the winter. I really hope you guys got something out of this video. It is important that you take the time this fall to protect your raised beds and make sure that they are ready to go for the spring. You'll get a much better jump start in the spring if you take these steps now in the winter. And as I said before, people do believe the earlier the better you can get those crops out of the ground and start protecting your beds by dressing them and covering them or planting your cover crops, the better chances you're going to have of getting a good jump start in the spring. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. We've got more content to come. As always, I hope you guys are staying safe and enjoying your gardens. Thanks for watching.